Attention ICE. Let me just say something that most people, most journalists will not say. They can't say it. I understand that. But I'm an independent journalist now, so I can't say it. Fuck off, ICE. Fuck all the way off. You are low-life losers, and you feel empowered by your dear leader, Donald Trump. You have never had this position of power before, small person, and you are treating people in an inhumane way, and you don't even understand why, because you're too dumb to figure it out. You are the poorly educated that Donald Trump loves. That's who you are. And you're out there doing his bidding, doing things that are illegal, doing things that are unconstitutional, doing things that are inhumane, like killing someone because you're pissed off because this person may be notifying people that you're in the area trying to round people up. That is that person's First Amendment right to do. You can do that as an American, but maybe not in Donald Trump's America. You are fat fuck losers who just crawled out of a trailer park from some Proud Boy meeting, or if not worse, some other group that could be worse than him. You are thugs, jack-booted thugs. And now let me just say this. Because you don't understand this, let me make it clear to you, okay? The Democrats are right. You do not have to follow unlawful orders, but perhaps you don't know that. Or maybe you just don't care. Maybe you have not been trained. Most of you, I'm sure, have not been trained properly. And so you do things like you did with that young lady who should be alive. And she is not alive today, simply because you're all jacked up on power that's not even really yours. And in the end, you could end up losing your freedom by going to jail because you did something that you were not empowered to do, that you were not trained for. And you will end up going to jail and losing your freedom. Donald Trump cannot pardon you if this is a state charge. And so you stupid, dumb, ignorant, poorly educated, Proud Boys, Nazis marching through whatever it is you are. And that mask that you're wearing, why won't you identify yourselves? If you're big enough and bold enough to be able to shoot someone and have the power to be able to take their lives, then you should be big enough and bold enough to show your face. You should be transparent. Show people who you are. If you really think you are as big and as powerful as you think you are, you would not be afraid of that. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of losing your life? We all are afraid of losing our lives. Certainly, that young woman lost hers. Her family will never see her again. Her child is never going to see her again. She did not have her face covered when you shot her and killed her. And by all accounts, from anyone who is fair-minded anywhere, if you're looking at that video shows you, I don't care what angle it is from, that there was no justification for that woman losing her life. Because you are ticked off because you think that you should have you should be able to just round people off the streets without any due process, without any training. Any police officer, I believe, in my opinion, who did what that officer did in Minnesota and killed that woman would be in jail right now and would be facing an arraignment and a hearing, and the news would be covering it. But because it's Donald Trump and they are protecting and covering it up, that is not happening. But mark my words, karma is a bitch. And this administration is going to find out. And guess what? You know who's going to be the first people to fuck around and find out? That's going to be the very same thugs who are out there rounding people up without due process because they're not smart enough to know what they're doing and they have not been trained. They're going to end up losing their freedom because of a cult leader and someone who's just as dumb as them, but maybe just smart enough to co-opt them into becoming subhumans. So ICE, fuck you.